You're listening to Errol Parker and Clancy Overall, editors of the Betoota Advocate, on Desert Rock FM.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Betoota Advocate Podcast. Effie Bateman here, live at Splendour in the Grass with Wendell Hussey. It's been a sensational weekend full of great music, great food, great booze, which you might be able to tell with some of our interviews here. But anyway, we're going to kick off with our friends and experts at Triple J, Bryce and Conchetta, to get us warmed up for the interviews ahead.
Here we are, we're in the Byron Shire, the linen capital of the country, the Northern Rivers, we're at Splendour in the Grass, and as much as everyone would love to be at Splendour in the Grass, not everyone can be at Splendour in the Grass. So a couple of people who bring it to the nation, to the youth who want to indulge, to the slightly older people who want to indulge in Splendour but can't be there. It's a couple of our favourite hosts from Triple J, Bryce, Conchetta. They've stepped into our media tent. They're gracing us with their time.
And they've got the puffer jackets on. I love it.
It's
You got the
cold.
green one, you got the black one. You guys you've suited up.
We have to. I feel like, the thing about Splendour, it's hot in the day, it's cold in the night. But I'm also, I think, the only one with gum boots, because I went last year. I mean, you've heard about last year, right?
So we all went last
Can't
year.
talk about
and
last year.
we
Nobody talks about last year.
Yeah.
But we all threw out our gum boots at the end of the day. We all put them in the bin and we felt really bad
We didn't do
about
that.
it.
We recycled them and we made sure they got turned into
Yeah,
like
and didn't you
tyres or
plant
something
like
like
100 trees as well?
Yeah, yeah.
did,
We
as
didn't just
penance.
throw them out. That wasn't fast fashion.
I heard about it. It got through the grapevine.
How are you guys going? How are you travelling?
Feeling good, man. Like, it's long days. You guys know how it is, right? You sort of like, I don't know, you're doing your thing and then you got to go out and do some interviews and then you're going out and doing something in the mosh pit and sort of screaming and shouting, and then maybe someone pulls you in for a video or something. Because this whole area in the back, I mean, we're not really used to the sort of the networking jerk that is like the circle jerk of this backstage thing, right?
So this is new for you guys. This is your first year at Splendour doing the whole...
This is my second. Last year was the first, but I feel like, again, like we said, it doesn't really count, right? So, I mean, Chet, though, this is your first.
It was a weird period.
Yeah.
This is my first, and it's like, I'm not just a punter, I'm working. So I feel like I'm in this weird, like, Twilight Zone where I'm like...
It's purgatory. You can't get too trashed.
Truly!
You're like, I need to get a bit tipsy to do interviews, but I can't get too trashed because I've got to come in the next day at 12.
Absolutely.
Or even when
You
you're
want
watching-
to punt and you want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
even
you also have to work.
when you're watching the music, right? You go, I got to like remember key moments to then talk about on the radio or to like do this. You can't just fully let go, I guess.
Yeah.
We did last night.
So I'm guessing with Lizzo last night, the ass signing, you were like, oh shit, I need to film that. I need to be there ready because everyone's going to be talking about it.
Yeah, well, we were lucky
It was
some of the
amazing.
social media people were there doing that, so we could
Yeah.
just enjoy it for what it was, which
Enjoy
was
the
an incredible
arts.
moment.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, I keep talking about it, but I got to go on someone's shoulders.
Is that your first time?
Yeah, it was, and I didn't do it with my boyfriend. Like, it was crazy.
It's a quintessential festival experience.
It was
being
so
put on someone's shoulders.
quintessential, unbelievable for Lizzo. Like, I've been losing my mind. So, like, that's like a life moment that I get out of this. So that's the shit that
Something from a movie, right?
Something from a movie, man. Put it in a film, and I'm the star. It was just... That's what I feel like festival... Like, everyone's getting different moments of that. Whatever it is, they're like... in their brain.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
there
glad
was-
I got that.
There was a great moment when we drove in this morning. Oh, not even this morning. What was it? Like 11. There was some... I just thought your face was really funny, Chet, when we walked... we drove in and there was sort of 2 camping chairs and what looked like to the naked eye, like jackets just kind of hanging on them. But actually it was someone... like mummified, sleeping on it, like in the outdoor, exposed to everything. You could just see a bit of like boots at the bottom or whatever. So I remember it's like, oh yeah, and then you were quite like, I don't know, what would you say your reaction was?
Shock, horror.
Chet, you've been up for comedy before, have you? Have you done the comedy
No,
stuff?
nope,
Nah.
none of
So
it.
this is first time working at Splendour.
First time working, first time experiencing it. I'm overstimulated. I'm overwhelmed. I was offered to do the comedy. I decided against it for reasons of clashing with this job and wanted to like take that in full. But it's
Totally
fun.
fair.
I've gotten to see my comedy friends and don't have to. Some of the gigs can be rough, and I'm glad that I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot, isn't it? Because obviously a lot of comedians come up, they perform within the tent, and you get all sorts of crowds coming through, whether they're going to a gig or they're popping in or they're there to see you. So it can be an interesting vibe. And a lot of comedians come up, right, and then they'll camp or they'll be in a hotel
all my friends. It's so funny. All my friends are like camping, and one guy was like, "See ya," and got a hotel, and they're all like mad at him.
I'm too old to camp. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's a big commitment.
It is.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
think you can tell who's camped and who hasn't when you're walking around. So when we're meeting people, there's, even like today we've made these like custom Udi things, and I think maybe one of them had stayed in accommodation, 2 of them had camped, and there was a very clear distinction. Like one listener in particular was sort of still loading, I think, and the other guy was like, pretty ready to go. So it takes a toll for sure.
The party also continues. That's
Yes.
the thing I think sometimes people forget is it goes out into the campsite and it goes on and on. And obviously a lot of fun happens
It's a vibe.
out in the
It's a
campsite.
vibe.
Can
too.
I say the fun that I had? So we got back at around like 1 or 2 or something, and we're staying in accommodation. And I remember like I was starving. Like I'm eating so much more than I guess the days are longer. I'm walking longer periods to get to all the stages, and I was starving. And I cannot sleep if I'm hungry. The brain won't shut off if the stomach's screaming at me. So at 2 a.m. I'm like, sorry, but I need to eat. And so the girl I'm staying with, Abby Butler, who's also on Triple J, she was like, babe, let's go. We're looking up all the food places. So then we walked the 9-minute walk at 2 a.m. in the dark, thought we might die vibes, but like got to this kebab shop. There's one kebab shop and it's like a bit busy and full. We're like, no, we don't want to wait. We see one further up, dead as a doorknob. We walk up there.
Is that a bad sign?
Yes, it was, babe. But like in the funnest way, we had 2 cooked dogs serve us. They like had music playing. So they would like turn it up so like, and we said, they're like, what do you want? And we go, hey, can I get gozleme? He'd be like, no. And then she'd be like, okay, can I get nuggets? He'd be like, no. And then we'd start packaging up nuggets. And then I come up and I'm like, oh, they must be out of things. I go, can I get a Chico roll? He goes, no. And then so he's just doing a game of saying no, but is serving us. And then he had another guy come and like say other crazy things. And he goes, sorry for my mate over here. And we're like, you're being crazy. Does any of this make sense? So it's like a Twilight Zone. There's like one guy who like looks like he's going to vomit into his jacket. There's like, then this girl pulls up in a car. There's no door handle. She gets out. She's like, they're like, yes, queen. Like, it's just, and the music's so loud. And like at 2,
Wasn't it
like,
a Minions song remix as well?
Minions remix of Shrek.
He's a bit of a sick fuck, and he wants to play with people.
Oh, absolutely. He's working
He's-
well
I know.
into the night, and he's got cooked people turning up. And
He's like,
you know
I know
what?
everyone's strung
fucking
out,
making
and
this
I'm gonna
interesting.
fuck with them.
And he was fucking with us, but then like I got to eat, and it was a bit of a party time with the crazy music. I tried gabbering or whatever that is, and then we walked back and ate and watched, and just like that, and went and showered and went to bed.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, as independent media, we've got a tent. We're in a caravan park.
Yep.
Little
Let's be
while from
honest.
here.
Yep.
Very humble in our setup. Whereabouts are you guys based with the broadcast? So you got
We're in a castle.
you got a nice little castle. Byron, Hinterland, Goldie. What are we talking?
Nah, we're pretty close. It's like the Byron sort of situation. It's weird. They split up everyone this year. Like, there's sort of presenters in one spot. There's more video team and social team in another thing. So we have the thing we do have upgraded from last year is last year we were sharing rooms. So there'd be 2 people in one room. So the
Top and
bed's
tail.
just kind of that vibe.
you learn
and then
a lot about people.
Yes,
when you share a room.
totally.
So vulnerable.
Yeah.
and then of course with everything else going on last year, that just like made it extra interesting. But then this year we kind of have the luxury of walls between.
Separate
we're still
rooms.
sharing the rooms, but they have a like extra room. So I don't know. It's cool. It's just like Byron, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just fine. It's
right
like
near
a
all
quick
the
little
like
wall.
Yeah.
schoolies where that would normally be. I think.
Yeah, it's schoolies energy for sure.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of like pinch yourself about we're up here for work, but we're staying in this castle in Byron, we're living it up, we're covering all this stuff, and we're having fun? Obviously, it's draining, and there's you can't go
And
out
obviously
and
it's not a
punt with the
castle, I was
punters.
joking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, definitely, man. Like,
Yes.
it is crazy. Like, I think for many things, like even just being someone that listened to Triple J, you'd see all the footage from Splendour and stuff, and you think, man, that looks like it'd be so cool. And then you're there doing it, and then I've camped at plenty of festivals and have covered all of that. Well, just as a fan of music, and then to be on the other side, and you are watching those sets and going, damn, it's kind of my job to, I don't know, like put this through the radio and make someone feel a way about it. And I mean, It's nuts. It is genuinely nuts. And I think that's a thing with last year, man. Like, not to keep going back to it, but I remember being very, very like certain that I would not. You know, people were going on Instagram and being like, "Oh my god, it's wet and it's cancelled." There was no part of me that thought that was a good idea, because at the end of the day, anyone that was posting that shit was getting probably paid to come and be there, right? Like, they weren't punters. They were like, "Oh my god, like it's cancelled, but oh well, time to soak up next to the fire in my mansion." Like, it's crazy talk. So man,
people were having a lot of fun.
Yes!
Going out into the
videos,
crowd.
and I'm like, it actually looks like it's a bit of fun, because there's so much chaos going around you, and it's a bonding experience.
For sure. Particularly that second day when it was like going ahead, right? So everyone goes, sweet, let's make the most of it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, crazy.
You know, you encourage the responsible disposal of things like tents and clothes and all that sort of stuff, but there was a bit of a vibe from people. It was like, you know what, we're here, fuck it. If we have to throw out our tent at the
let's
end of this,
burn
we
it
get rid of
down
our
with
clothes,
us. Yeah.
Let's just go and have fun. Because it seemed like a lot of people were having a lot of fun, and it was an incredible experience. Was there a communal kind of like party vibe in the Triple J castle from last year? The manor?
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about it too, is like, you know, you with this group of people that all have a similar interest and have the same kind of goal, and to be able to be out of an office and out of, for us, like, you know, the soundproof booth that we do every morning, like, you kind of, there's a different energy to it, and you get to sort of hang out with people in a deeper way. I think it's like anything, like being up late, doing anything, it kind of bonds you quicker with people. I don't know if it's like trauma bonds you quicker, but like hard work does.
Did you have any like really late night? So I feel like whenever I go to a bar in the smokers area, if it's late at night, I'm like, I'm going to hear all their shit. They're going to tell me about like, oh, I've just broken up a 4-year relationship. Did you have that sort of thing where it's sort of being in the campsite, as you said, trauma bonding? Were you hearing all these great stories?
Man, we were, I think I remember particularly broadcasting maybe on the Thursday or Friday when there was all the queues to get in. So people were texting us from their cars these like war stories of, you know, like, I've maybe not war stories, but like horror stories of kind of being, we didn't think we'd be doing this, but we slept in the car overnight. There's 6 of us in here and we're top to tail. It's like, that was definitely a very, I don't know, they painted a very clear picture in those texts for sure. And we were sitting there going, what the hell are we about to walk into?
And they've dropped like 3 or 4 vapes already.
They're run out, they're freaking out.
Puffs. There's no
they're
puffs
itching,
left. Quick question for you, Bryce. Are you still operating under Beatbox Boy 94? Look, I got a tip off that was your MSN handle back in the day. That's what you used to operate under.
Man. You know what? I haven't been beatboxing that much because Joel Turner's back. I don't know if you've seen him on TikTok doing live streams, but he's back. And he's really making waves.
And
so I got
sending love to Joel. Sending love to Joel.
I met him. I think it was
a possibility that you would
collab,
do a bit of beatboxing right now?
Man, I was so shit. Like, all I could do was like
Roots of cats. Roots of cats.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's how you do it. That's
there used to be a one where like it was like a crab scratch or something. It was like where you had to put your fingers in this position and do like a kind of like a scratching thing.
Wow.
I could never master that, but it was basically just living in a regional town and copying Joel Turner.
There's nothing else to do.
And they were like, "Whoa, you're great."
Drugs.
Yeah,
I was just a kid trapped in a struggle.
I was the only kid, exactly. The modern day poet, man. No, I was so bad.
Yeah. What was a regional town?
Man, I was originally was in Moranbah, but then sort of grew up more in Woy Woy.
Yeah.
So at Along Primary School, Talent Quest, man, they were begging me to do it, but I didn't. I lost to Michael Shanahan doing the worm. It's always the worm. It's always the fucking worm.
Fuck Michael Shanahan with his fucking worm.
The worm will always get.
It's always gonna win, dude.
I
Do you
feel
have
like
any conchetta?
Yeah, do you have a party trick?
No, I don't.
Did you have a disgusting MSN name? What did you?
No, I wasn't allowed MSN. I secretly had a Facebook in defiance of my parents, and the secret alias was Connie Don't Worry with DW, because that was really big at the time with the Moe Don't Worries and stuff. And then in terms of my secret talent, when I was like, I don't know, 14 or something, I was a songwriter, and one of the songs I wrote was titled "It's Complicated," and it's all about one night stands and like being broken up with.
Wait, how old were you?
I don't know, like 12 or 14. And it was, again, like, just from watching movies.
Yeah.
Only from like just seeing that, I was like, I just associated sex. It was so patriarchal of like those movies in the 90s of like a man would fuck you and leave you, and that's all you can really hope for if you don't fucking marry him first.
Can we please see
Yeah, I
these
know.
songs?
Do you remember anything?
Of course I remember.
We've been
it.
sitting on this idea though
Should
for
I
the
do
show.
it?
Like,
No, please. I
I
desperately
reckon we've
want
been
to hear
sitting
it.
on these
Yeah,
scripts because they're in a. You had a diary or something, right? It's like in a book.
Yeah, they're in a book and it's in my drawer at the Triple J studio, ABC studio.
Yeah, it's locked in a
Ready
vault
for-
right now.
Yeah, maybe I could give you a line.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Of course. Sneak preview never hurt.
You said it'd be okay, but it got complicated. That's the opening. And isn't it mental that I know the melody like in my head like it was yesterday?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that trauma that it's.
And that was the melody too. You had the melody like
Yeah,
written
that's
out
exactly it, and
Yeah.
it won't change. And I
Wow.
can't remember
I see
most of my
potential
childhood, but I
there.
remember that.
I can see it being a
But isn't it already potent and relatable?
It's
I'm
incredible.
Said it'd be okay, but
A lot of artists and DJs, I feel like, end up on Triple J, and their music does well as a result of that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
Wow.
Chet's time.
And I downplay my music knowledge, like you're more at the forefront, but I did learn the piano as a kid and I did have a natural ability. I did wing the scene. Actually, I could sing. I sung and won the music competition and I remember flying in the face of like all the cool girls who didn't believe in me. I won singing this really earnest old school song from a musical that I'd never heard of. So I guess I have to
I see a future. Like, is it
this
going to
a
be just
regional?
Conchetta, or
You know-
do you have like a different name?
Oh my god! And also, I tried to be a DJ like before I went into comedy, and my DJ name was Conchetta Worldwide, which is what my handle became.
I love that.
Because I thought it'd be funny to be a touring national DJ, but you called yourself Worldwide, Conchetta
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
But I guess the truth is so I guess I really was always going to end up here, and this is fate.
Oh, and what about the playlist at trivia too? We both used to host trivia separately. We didn't know each other,
Yeah.
but you'd have to come up with the music yourself. So
And that's why I
curated
became
that,
a
huh?
DJ, because I would
Yeah.
play my playlist of like fire songs, and just punters would be like, drop the link for the playlist. You should be a DJ.
Yeah.
You should be a DJ. That's why I did it.
kind of like when you have a funny conversation, they say you should start a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like
that's
the
such a
same
thing.
shit.
Literally. You should
a
do
barbecue.
stand
Oh
up,
my
dude.
God, we
You're
should
the
do it.
funniest
We should do
person in the
podcast,
office.
man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Conchetta Worldwide. Look, we've seen some people over the last couple of years who I feel like, they're not of an age to be singing about some of the things they sing about in terms of, breakups and heartbreak and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I will argue, 16-year-old breakups, that hurts.
Well, that
Yeah,
hits.
they're
That hits,
formative.
right?
It hurts the most. That's
Oh,
what
my
that
first love, shit. That's
Yeah.
still.
So that's why we need to see Conchetta Worldwide. We need to release the tapes.
Yeah, I think we will. I
Yeah.
think we must.
I mean, you're right though. It's kind of almost like 16's like the new 21 in terms of topics and like the way the industry just treats you as an adult as soon as you have a big song. So I mean, 14's not that far away, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
We just work on the TikTok hooks. I think if we can just
Yeah.
get two
Yes.
or three little TikTok hooks out
Yeah.
of those.
I reckon.
I need a social
songs.
media strategy.
Conchetta Worldwide, Beatbox Boy. I tried to beatbox it and didn't even get it out. Beatbox Boy 94. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for coming
Thanks
on
for
down.
having us.
Thank
Enjoy the
you,
next
guys.
couple of days.
Appreciate it,
Talk
man.
to you soon.
Now, we're up to speed. Let's jump right into a chat with a huge act most would be familiar with, Flume, and we're going to talk about his Ballina roots as well as getting into some viral coverage he received at Burning Man. I believe the poor guy has been asked this by every single interview here, but it's a fantastic interview. Check it out. I'm so fucking excited. I'm here with Flume. And Flume, I don't mean to make us feel very old, but when I was 17 and a half, I lived in a first share house, and my big thing is I had a Spotify playlist called Sounds to cover the sounds of my roommates fucking, and it was all Flume.
Sounds of your roommates fucking?
I had to have songs to cover the sounds of my roommates
Oh.
fucking, but I have to say, it didn't work.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. And I was really devastated by that. That was 2012. That was your
Damn.
OG album.
What did you switch it to? Surely you switched it up.
A bit of Slipknot, I think.
First
yeah.
it not be a POD, I Feel Alive.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
listening to that one lately.
I think
Yeah.
On Top got him absolutely pumping.
Yeah.
Oh,
what about Holding On?
Did it encourage?
Yeah, he got him.
Holding
got him
On to the
Holding On,
Beatles,
yeah.
really? Or the Fuck the Wall?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck it. fuck the wall, you know?
Yeah. Have you been fucking walls lately?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
In between a little bit of analingus.
Absolutely.
How
you know.
often does this come up in interviews for you? I know she's giggling. She's totally
the
giggling.
Burning Man thing. Every single interview.
all the time.
Apologies.
Yeah.
I feel like this is your legacy. This is your meme.
I mean, I've never been Googled more in my life. So I looked at the Google stats and it was like first album, second album, Eating Ass at Burning Man, and it just rose, you know. So there
I
you
really
go.
enjoyed all of the journos just getting wound up about it. Being
Yeah.
like, it's all good. Burning Man's fucking... There's a bit going on.
A lot goes on there,
That's
you know.
not the biggest, most cool thing that happens in Burning Man. That's just a little bit of fun. And I like what you did with analingus.
It turned into that and turned into Flume performs X-rated sex act at Orgy Festival. That was the best headline I saw.
How quickly was the WhatsApp message from Mum? How quickly did it come through?
The worst part was she didn't acknowledge it.
Oh, she just never said anything about it.
Not really. So it was even worse.
You're losing
I mean-
it. I love it.
We eventually spoke about it, but took a second. There's a
Took a
long
little while.
pause in between drinks. Yeah.
Dad brought it up?
Did he high five you?
Yeah, I think we chatted about that. It was a weird family Christmas, the first
I
one,
imagine it was.
but yeah, you know,
Family Christmases can be weird.
you know,
It's a pretty natural thing.
it's Burning Man. It happened, and it hasn't happened at Splendour. So
Can I be gross and be like, it was like the second or third day. Like I feel like Burning Man's a bit musty. Was it musty ass?
it's the kind of thing that, you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And,
I like that,
You know, when
that's
you're on
wise.
LSD DJing on a giant mushroom, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know.
So I did a deep dive into the Wikipedia of Flume today.
Oh, yeah?
So I looked up Flume, and the first thing that came up in Google was like a channel of water. I'm like, no, I mean the musician. So I found out. Okay? Can you confirm this rumor for us? Did you get into music from Kellogg's?
Yeah. I mean, I was always interested in it, but then there was that
The Kellogg's,
Nutri-Grain
like-
Kellogg's. They had the promotion
Yeah.
with the CD where
Were
you
you-
could do the music.
Were you into Age of Empires? Were you into that?
Who wasn't?
So I did that, like I did a few, and then I couldn't get past level 3, and I didn't realize that was because it was a trial version of Kellogg's music. They're like, oh no, you can't get past. But yeah, it was a great time with Kellogg's. Like
a great time with Kellogg's.
Yeah. So you attribute that to your success?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, you can do music on a computer? Cool, that's great.
Yeah.
And then I got excited about it
Yeah.
and kind of went from
Yeah,
there.
I love that.
And then I
Listen
ate
up,
ass at
parents.
Burning Man, you know? That's how it goes.
If you want your kids to be internationally
If
successful,
that's what you want.
buy them that cereal packet, get that CD. Have you found yourself in this part of the world? I know you're a Forestville guy.
I mean,
The leafy North Shore.
I grew up in like Fairlight, Seaforth.
Yep.
So the end of the Northern Beaches. But you know, I'm here now. I've been here for like 3 years. It's been nice.
Around
you're
Ballina,
back.
or
Because we missed you. You're like, I remember talking at work. I was talking to Clancy. I was like, where the fuck is Flume? It's like, oh, he's an LA guy now. And now you're back. And I'm happy.
I'm back.
So are you down to earth now? Like, I feel like, did you get ego when you're overseas?
Huge ego.
Yeah.
Massive asshole. Now I'm here.
And you're,
Back down to earth.
Yeah.
Second I go back there, absolute fuckwit.
Yeah.
Second I get back here, nicest guy, soul to the earth. you know,
that's the
how
thing.
it works.
Australians bring you down to earth. Like, that's the
it.
thing.
a
That's
proper
it.
change of tune.
Second I go
And you've
anywhere,
got-
asshole.
yeah.
Second I come back here, cool guy, chill, you know, wholesome.
And you got your dog,
Got
Percy.
the dog, you know.
You always have the headline set over the last few years, right? You've got the headline time slot. What does your sleep routine look like?
Honestly, it's great. I got this ring now. It tells me about my sleep.
What is that like
Very
a mood
LA.
ring?
Yeah.
It tells me about my sleep every night. I've been trying to like be good and just get
Yeah.
regular sleep.
What does it tell you? Your sleep was fucked last night. Like
No,
numerous
it's
times
been
a week.
good constantly. I'm getting constantly good sleeps, but
Okay.
I feel fucked, and I'm like, why do I still feel fucked? I'm doing all the right things. I don't know.
Does it turn a different color when you've had a fuck sleep, or
Doesn't.
it's always black?
It's always black. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How does it work though? Right, like you're doing a lot of shows. I'm assuming you're getting home late at night. You just
Yeah, well, it's
sleep
constantly
through?
like, it's fucked. Yeah, they're like, oh, your sleep's fucked. Oh, your sleep schedule, blah, blah, blah. But lately, you know, I've been here for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I've been doing the right things, but I don't know.
So where are you living right now?
Here.
Really?
Yeah, like
Byron?
I drove from half an hour from my house to the
Fuck
festival.
yeah.
Okay, I have a little bit of local knowledge about the area. You mentioned Ballina.
Yeah.
Ballina's
I love Ballina.
I love Ballina too.
I genuinely love Ballina.
One of the places I love in the world. But are you a Byron guy or a Ballina guy?
Well, I live in Ballina Shire, and I just love Ballina. I go surfing in Ballina.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the fucking prawn, like
The big prawn is an icon. Really good Bunnings underneath the big
great
prawn
Bunnings.
too. Ballina is a great. It's a city almost. There on the coast, it knows what it is. It's got a lot of great people around it, and it's a good spot to live. And I'm glad that Ballina can claim Flume, because a lot of people claim Byron, and Byron
We try to
claims
claim
them.
people
so
all
it's
the
nice
time.
that
I mean, Byron's great, but
Byron's
the waves
great.
are crowded. It's busy. There's a lot of shit going on. Ballina, it's very chill,
Yeah.
low key, uncrowded waves, big prawn. You know,
Broad.
Ballina's
Big prawn.
honest.
Ballina's
That's what Ballina
honest.
is. Ballina's
Byron is
honest.
dishonest.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to be
Byron
something.
is dishonest. Ballina, honest.
Harley, thank you so much for joining the Betoota Advocate
so much,
Podcast. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Next up, we speak to the boys at Ocean Alley about their year post Hottest 100, performing in their hometown, and their new single that includes that pesky bird you really don't want to hear at 5 a.m. on a bender.
We have boys from Ocean Alley, Mitch, Angus. Now, it's been a couple of years since the concert post Hottest 100 win. One of the all-time concerts, a lot of people who've been to a few Splendours said it was a real crescendo. How's it feel being back, getting back into it?
We're always up for a concert.
Yeah, it's plenty of concerts, but this one's a special one. It's
Very much so.
We're living just up the road, so it's perfect for that. But just that amphitheatre is pretty special to play in. Yeah.
Nice looking up at the hill, seeing
Unreal,
the
yeah.
swaying. Billy Nudgel, I believe. Is that
Yeah.
where you guys are up the road?
Yeah, we're probably almost in the same postcode here, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely old pub. It's a Queenslander.
It is.
Feels like it should be in Queensland rather than New South Wales, the Billy Nudgel pub.
does.
But are you guys on a little bit of a MO, a bit of a commune? What are we working with? Are you all living out there?
Well, we're not all living out there.
That would be the commune, but no.
That would be a commune.
It's just a couple of us.
So how many people is it in a commune? Is there like commune and then there's cult?
I mean,
What's
yeah,
the
so you're
levels?
trying to figure out of what number of people living on a property does it have to get to before it becomes a commune.
Yeah.
Like, we got a band of 6 people.
Yeah.
Or
We're not all
that's-
living out there, but if we were, and there were 6 people living out there, plus our mate down in the cabin,
It would be getting closer, I
Do
reckon.
you have your roles? Who's like the gardener, the one that looks after the children?
there are roles.
Yeah,
Are
I'd
there
be our
really?
drummer. Yeah.
What are the roles?
Just there's a lot of maintenance, so he loves
Are
to be on the ride on.
Are you the tidy boys? Like, oh,
I give it a vacuum inside, but
Yeah,
not a lot
yeah.
else.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Just shows you don't even notice. You know, he's out there on the Dyson vacuuming it up.
It's just always clean when he gets there.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Who's the spiritual leader out there?
Spiritual leader.
You know, when we see Billy Nudgel,
Yeah.
2040, The Siege, out on the property commune.
You're down in your tent a lot of the time in your own secluded
I do.
spot. So
See,
it
that-
could be
that is
you.
very,
There's some
like-
hard yakka out there in the tent.
Yeah.
that is very
In the tent?
lingerie.
Yeah.
What kind of tent are we working
Cold
with, by the way?
last night.
Yeah.
It's a Coleman 3-person, one of those new super pop-up ones.
Is it nice? Like,
We mentioned
are
about.
you just staying in the tent, living there? What's it?
Well, there's limited room in the house, and when the house is full of people, you know, you just.
Go out to the tent. Do you like it out
There's
there?
a lot of room down there. I do. It's quiet.
It's peaceful, eh?
It's peaceful.
Staying in a tent. You boys, schoolmates? Northern Beaches, Sydney? Was it all school, or what was kind of the...
A lot of the boys went to school. Some of us
a few
didn't.
of us that did, yeah.
But generally just met sort of just after school on the North
Yeah.
Beaches. Just through friends of friends and stuff. And then just started hanging out.
Yeah. How were those early stages? Like, there was a little while between you guys getting together and exploding, right? Like, what was it like playing like pubs? Are we talking like DY, Manly, or around Sydney?
All of that.
All of Sydney, and then we had his parents' Pajero at the time with a trailer, which would squish 7 of us into.
Yeah.
Kind of just go up down the coast, but have pretty fond memories of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was just loose. Like,
yeah.
not a worry in the world, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like just a lot of driving and packing up and like setting up for like just not
Two
much,
people.
Yeah, not much return apart from just in having a good time playing music together. And apart from that, we didn't get anything else. And that's how all bands start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like a pretty good return at that age too. Bit of fun.
It does.
I imagine they loved you along the coast.
There's a couple of places that were pretty fun.
A couple of places that didn't love us, but
Yeah.
Really?
Who were
Why?
they?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was.
Just being too noisy, I think, in the
Yeah.
in the hotels.
Yeah.
Any names? Like any places? What are we? Coughs? What are we?
No, it was the Sunshine Coast, actually.
I actually
think
know
we've-
the name.
we haven't returned.
Yeah, there's a bar near the place where we played at in Maroochydore.
Yeah.
A motel near the place we played at that they said don't come back, please.
Yeah.
Well, we're not too bad of the guys. We're the fucking.
We've cleaned up our act. Yeah.
Things have changed. They might have changed their tune. They might want you back now. Sunshine Coast kind of makes sense. Being noisy, retiree belt. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people.
Maroochydore and that,
A lot of old age
Just
pensioners
A
there.
couple of streets back from the beach.
Not liking some young fellas having a bit of fun and carrying on.
In a single-story motel unit, like out the back of their backyard.
Have you still got that love for it? Are you still enjoying touring, or is it a bit more kind of structured and organised now?
It's more structured and organised, but I think that's why we still love it because you know, like anything, you gotta try and like put all you can into it and build it and have better experiences and like kind of grow a bit, and like we kind of done that just naturally. But like if we were still driving ourselves around in the 4-wheel drive, we'd probably be over it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Surely another trip or two on the Pajero just for old time's sake.
Dust it off. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hate to break it to your listeners, the Pajero's not alive anymore.
That's sad. It'd probably fetch like 70 or 80 grand if it was
I sold
still
it to
alive.
the wreckers
It was-
for $100 and they took it
Oh my
away.
God.
It was doing 30,000 Ks before a service, though. So
Yeah, it was well overdue a service.
getting its money's worth.
The second-hand car market's been crazy over the last couple of years.
I wish I
$100,
still had it.
imagine.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I believe, Effie Bateman, you had a question about the new song.
Yes. So obviously you guys had a song come down, and I assume like newest song called Lapwing. Is it about the masked Lapwing?
Is
Is it?
Well,
Is it really?
Well, it's not about it, but it's named after it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
The Bender Bird. It's the
Yeah,
Bender
exactly.
Bird.
The Bender Bird.
You know when you've been out, gets to 5 a.m. Oh, stop! You're giving me shivers, and then you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go home.
Have you heard it in the song? It's a bit of an Easter egg. At the start of the
Oh.
song, as it fades up, if you listen
Yeah.
closely and turn the volume up, you can hear it. We
that like
sampled the bird.
The Billie Eilish, do you remember like she sampled the pedestrian buttons? It's
yeah,
you're like,
right.
"Du-du-du-du." So that's your
Similar. That's ours.
Yeah.
That's the chilling little Easter egg there for people.
Lapwing.
So if I listen
If-
to it, I'm like, I feel really uncomfortable. I know why.
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's a
it.
sign to go home potentially if you're still going at that point in time.
Exactly.
What's next for you guys after this?
We head to the States soon. Yeah.
Go
So yeah, we
Couple
got
of weeks.
Yeah, a month. In a couple
Wait,
of weeks, we
where
go
you
for a
kicking
month-long
off
tour.
there?
We kick off in Austin, in Texas.
Yeah.
And go all around North America. So we go up into Canada, we play in Vancouver. First time down into Florida to Orlando.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
America's Sunshine Coast.
America's
Exactly.
Sunshine Coast, the Maroochydore of Orlando, the Maroochydore of the Southern Americas.
Yeah, there'll be a few noise complaints, I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you say you've cleaned your act up, you know.
We'll see how we go. Yeah.
See how you go. Oh, well, very exciting times. Enjoy the set tonight. We will see you out there and we'll see you around. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Changas.
Yeah, cheers.
And our next guests, Automatic, are also no strangers to international touring, and they've come all the way from LA, and we're going to check in on their relationship with our OG Australian band, Automatic, and how they ended up popping off because of Grand Theft Auto. How you guys going?
Doing great. Recovering from jet lag, but
Is this your second time, right, in Australia?
Yeah, we were here in January. We played Sydney and Melbourne. I think that's it.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Coming
Wait,
back for a bit more. How did it come about? How did the formation of Automatic happen? It wasn't Automatic, I'm assuming.
It's a great one.
It was.
I'm Izzy, and I'm from New York City. And Haley, well, they don't know by my voice. I'm Izzy, and I'm from New York. Haley, where are you from?
I'm from Austin.
I'm Lola, and I'm from LA.
Yeah, exactly.
But we all live in LA, and we kind of met through the music scene.
So you guys a little bit annoyed that an Australian rock band took the name Automatic in the 90s. Are you aware? Like, do you
We
need to
are
fight
aware,
them?
but no.
Was that
It's
the
all
one?
peace.
No, there's another Automatic that has been kind of rude, but
Yeah, but it wasn't them.
no, they've been
And
nice.
these guys have been nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been no word, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah, live and let live.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't even
who's
want
the
to.
rude Automatic?
We're all
We
the
might
real
like
automatic.
poke a bear if we talk.
Yeah.
There's some 70s bands.
70s
Which they're
UK.
great and cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just, I think it's the Automatics. It's different.
Like
It's
a
Yeah,
OG,
oh, it's different. If you put a
OG
V,
British
that's
tongue.
yeah.
Just a little bit of boomer entitlement from them, maybe, you know. But you've spoken to the Australian Automatic?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
They haven't spoken to you. They haven't.
Yeah, exactly.
They're chill. They're cool.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So Wendell and I was discussing the other day how musicians can blow up because they're on FIFA. And I was going through, your songs, and apparently you were on GTA Online. And I was looking at the YouTube video, and a lot of the comments were like, "Oh, I was playing GTA, and I found this band. How did
you
that?"
did your research.
I
Love
did.
that.
How did that go about?
Well, that was from Julian Casablancas.
yeah, he made a playlist and put us on.
He has
They
like,
asked
a
him.
channel from the Voids, I think. He
Yeah.
had a channel in there, and that's really cool. And yeah, we just toured with him actually for
That's
a
awesome.
few shows.
Yeah.
Have you seen random fans come through the GTA avenue?
Well, mostly
so.
just online. I feel like they just stay behind their video games and their screens because I haven't had one in person say.
They haven't told
GTA.
us.
They should come to the shows. Come to the shows.
We need those
Maybe they did.
15-year-olds.
You do. Have you guys played GTA?
I have.
You
Over
have?
quarantine, I was a bit obsessed.
Yeah.
I was really bad at it, but
I like this.
Oh, wait,
San
yeah, I
Andreas
played it.
one. That
How
was
are you
fun.
good at it? You have like little tasks you have to do.
well, no, you're just. I'm bad at driving in life and.
True.
on-
That's very true.
I just run over people. I hit the curb. Like this is
I
just
can't
real life.
steer. It's fine.
I played it for hours waiting to find our song, and then I realized that it's only on the online version.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that is the thing.
But I think that's a really cool. Like you can be like, guys, like I'm on
It's
GTA
pretty
Online.
iconic.
It
I
is.
would say.
It's great. We
That's
brag
your
about
fun
it.
fact at a party. Like,
Yeah.
share something about yourself. Well, if you play GTA Online, you can find me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Next up, FIFA. That needs to be the connect. You
That's
need to
the
get in
big
touch
one,
with someone
right?
at EA Sports, and then it's
Yeah.
that, that waiting room music. Someone's picking a team.
Yeah.
Get a bit of automatic going there. How is the touring going for you guys? Are you still at a stage where you're loving partying, enjoying traveling around, or is it a little bit more structured and it's
We're a
little
bunch
bit
of
a job?
grandmas.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
grandmas.
That's
we're kind
totally
of like
fine.
in that in-between stage, or we've just been touring a lot. And
We
we're
got
like,
our
We're like
partied
kind of
out.
like, wow, we're doing a lot, but we're also kind of like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
can't-
partied a lot the first tour, and it was kind of a wreck. And
You
now,
learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're like pretty business, but we'll have like a fun night out with each band, that
You have
if
to
we
be,
tour with someone.
intentional with your
Yeah,
partying
exactly.
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
Who has been
Pace
the funnest
yourself.
to tour with?
Well,
Viagra
we love
boys were
everyone
pretty
equally,
fun.
but
They like to party a lot.
Wait, Viagra Boys?
Yeah, have you
I
heard
love
of them?
that. No, but I love that name.
yeah, it's a good name.
They sound just like their name.
Australia would love them.
Yeah,
would.
they're
You
really
would-
cool.
They're
You
from
would
Sweden.
maybe.
I could get behind Viagra Boys for sure.
They're great.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
We need some more music out of Sweden. It's been a long time since.
Since ABBA, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tom Lowe's here. She's switched.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh yeah,
Tom
that's the one you
Lowe's
like.
here. Should be playing.
Oh yeah, I want to see.
But Viagra Boys for 2024.
Are they the new Viagra
Yeah.
Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Viagra
Could be.
Boys are
Yeah,
coming.
they can thank us
The V-Boys.
for putting a word in.
Well, Izzy, Lola, Haley, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you in 2024 with the Viagra Boys.
And lastly, we caught up with teenage dads who just finished their set and were ready to let their hair down, it seems.
Today we have three of the most notable DILFs,
Yeah.
could say,
Yeah.
in our tent. We have the boys from Teenage Dads. Give us a quick name check into the microphone so people at home can know who you are.
This is Smoke speaking.
Hussy. Hussy,
Oh,
big
nice.
Huss.
And I am motorcycle.
Motorcycle, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's that new age of just whatever name goes.
Yeah.
I mean, the teachers, they hate it, but they have to put
No
up
more
with it.
Jennifers or James. We want some of this new age
Definitely
shit.
no more Grahams.
It's-
Yeah.
Just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
There was
Nice.
there was an age where like the Kardashians and very like pop culture based things were coming through in terms of names, but then what's the motocross group that swept the nation?
Oh, Krusty Demons.
Krusty Demons.
yes.
Krusty Demons has made a kind of a legacy appearance, and now everyone's being named
We
after
should have
them.
had Keeping Up with the Krusty Demons. That would have been
That would
fucking
have been
fun.
awesome.
You know what I mean? That'd be much better than Keeping Up
What
with
are
the
they doing
Kardashians, I
now?
reckon. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
go
Maybe
investigate.
we can bring it back. Look, we've got another DILF coming in. Another teenage dad. Boys, what's happening? Where are the kids?
Non-existent.
Non-existent.
Nah.
You just forgotten about them. You go on the road. Was that when you guys hit the big time? You just left the kids behind?
No, they just didn't even become a thing. They didn't generate, if you will.
So a teenage dad's, is it a state of mind?
They're still in my balls.
They're still in your
No, it's more of a, it's more of a
No,
it's
be
more
more
of a concept.
inappropriate.
It's more of a concept.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What was the
Yeah.
concept? Sounds
Yeah.
highbrow. Give it to us. I'm assuming you were teenagers at the time when you
so
came
it's
up with it.
basically you're in a stadium,
Yep.
you build lots of dirt jumps, and like you get all these guys on dirt bikes to just come in,
Yeah.
do flips, and there's like fireworks and stuff, and then there's also loads of dancers.
Spitballing names
Around?
like a circus theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitrous.
So Angus
something
came
about
up with
it.
that concept, and then some shit happened, and then it turned into a band instead.
And then there was a weird period during like COVID in Melbourne where it became like an NFT, and then moved into crypto, and then we moved out of it since then. We're back in
Did
the,
you make
the
any money
physical
on
realm.
crypto? Did you lose it all?
Depends what your
Depends what you define as making money.
Because money isn't like cash is kind of, it's, you know, with inflation and everything, it's kind of not worth having money.
That's true.
We actually
Fiat currency is just such a waste of time.
We actually just acquired the rights for Krusty Demons, so we're like
It's more stock trading than anything.
Exclusive NFT
Net
range.
worth. Net worth. We've talked about net worth a lot.
Yeah. That does sound like a particularly weird Melbourne story. You guys have. You're from the peninsula down there, aren't you?
Yeah,
Mornington? Whereabouts?
Mount Eliza specifically.
Yeah.
I went to school there, but
Local,
kind of live in
local school, Mount Eliza? What are we working with?
Yeah.
What's the name? Give us a name.
Mount Eliza,
Is it
secondary.
Mount Eliza
Yeah.
High?
secondary.
Secondary.
Do you guys
Yeah,
live
okay.
together? Is it a big share house, big bachelor pad?
Now we all have our own separate mansions.
Oh, that's awesome because of the Krusty Demon
That's very
franchise.
Port City.
Yeah.
Are you boys, you touring full time on the road?
Currently,
As of recently, yeah.
we went overseas. We've been overseas for the last 2 months.
Expanding our branch for the Krusty Demons.
Yeah, we're trying
yeah.
to tap into the new territories and that sort of thing. Not that
American
it like,
market or?
Yeah. Everyone says it like that it's popular there, but it's actually not. That's why we're bringing it over.
America's really like the monster trucks. But
Yeah.
we're trying to
Bringing the
bring the
motorbikes.
bikes in instead.
And that was with Lime Cordial.
Yeah,
That's right.
They're into
No.
big motorbike guys as well.
No,
by
so
the sounds of it.
they're the monster truck guys.
Oh,
we're
right.
we're
So it's a
the
full travelling
motorbikes.
show you guys bring to town.
Yeah, no, we have been touring internationally, trying to make a name for ourselves over there because got a lot of shows in Australia coming up, but it's really exciting, kind of getting over to a new audience to try.
Yeah. You still obviously enjoy travelling together, having a bit of fun.
You don't hate each other yet?
No,
not yet.
Who do you
Only
reckon
on
will the
Tuesdays.
biggest blow up be between? Like when that happens, who do you reckon is going to butt heads the most?
Depends on who wants to ride my bike without asking.
Don't touch his bike. Don't touch his drum set.
It's a given. Like Geordie's bike is off limits.
Yeah. And any plans for kids? Any plans to actually bring any around? Is anyone loved up? Anyone?
Yeah, I've got a PWE 50 coming along.
Yeah.
We are excited to announce that Kids 2 will be announced soon.
Yep.
We are. The prototype's been in. We've done some tests on Kids 2, and it was a pretty big success.
Lovely. Exciting times to look forward to. Well, the Teenage Dads, that was a wildly tangential and irreverent yarn. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you for having us,
Enjoy the
guys.
festival.
All good.
All the best with the motorbike expansion. Looking forward to getting to a Krusty Demon style show soon.
It's coming back, 2024.
That's our wrap of our trip to Splendour in the Grass. Hope you enjoyed the interviews.